Imagine visiting the bank at the age of 18, only to realize you racked up thousands of dollars in credit card debt because you didn't know how to spend money. This is the case for majority of the young adults today. Financial literacy is the to successfully to successfully understand to manage personal finance. Despite its importance, financial literacy education is not included in most high schools, so most students are not ready for adult financial life. Financial literacy is important to all because as young adults in the future, being in charge of your own finance will be one of the most important skills you will have, you will need to have in order to be successful in life. I've learned about financial literacy and why it's crucial to incorporate in early education, and I have seen firsthand of how many young people lack the skills to budget after high school. In this speech, I will argue why financial literacy must be required in high schools courses. First, I'll talk about the problem of financial literacy. Next, I'll discuss the causes of the problem. Then finally, I'll provide a solution on how we can implement financial literacy education in secondary schools. Majority of high school graduates lack financial knowledge, and needed to manage funds effectively. A study of the National Endowment of Financial Education found that 60% of youths adults between the age of 18 to 34 are financially illiterate. The lack of knowledge leads them in making poor decisions, such as overspending, incurring debt, and not saving for the future. Financial literacy 2023. The lack of financial literacy is also apparent in the expansion of student loan debt, which in accordance to the financial reserve, a total of $1.7 trillion in the United States alone, without general financial education. Students are not likely to be able to understand the implication on taking on debt. Now that we've discussed the extent of financial literacy, now let's look at the root causes of these issues. The causes of financial literacy among high school, one of the primary one is the lack of financial education in high school. If you've been educated on how to manage funds for the future, then when you get to the future, you have the funds to survive the future. But if you have no knowledge about what to expect in the future, when you get to the future, you're going to be stranded in the future. According to the report by the Council of Economic Education, only 21 states required students to take personal finance courses as a prerequisite for graduation. The remaining states are leaving students to learn those skills on their own, which leads to confusion and mistakes. Moreover, majority of school focus exclusively on theory-based subjects such as mathematics, science, economics, English, which is very little regard to practical skills that the student will need in their lives as adults. The imbalance on the prepare student for real world challenges. Having covered the financial illiteracy, let us now move to the solution to this problem. Implementing mandatory financial literacy classes in high schools to solve this problem. School may make financial literacy classes mandatory to all students. Several states have mandated financial literacy classes with positive results. For example, in Virginia, students must pass a personal financial course to graduate. Researchers have also discovered that students who take financial literacy class are more effective in managing money as adults, including financial literacy in high school, which provides students with essential skills such as budgeting, saving, investing, and understanding credit. By impacting this knowledge, and we can empower the youth with the necessary for them to avoid financial pitfalls and attain success in life. Now that we've discussed why financial literacy is important, let's transition to the conclusion by enumerating the main points. In conclusion, I introduced the problem of financial literacy, then explored its causes. Finally, I proposed that financial literacy courses be made mandatory in high schools as a solution. Now that you have listened to my speech, I hope you all understand why financial literacy needs to require courses in high school. Imagine a time when every student leaves high school not only with a diploma but also with the knowledge of how to manage their finances, make intelligent decisions, avoid creeping debt. This can be our future by making financial literacy education a priority.